So, going to find out what it is that drives these young men. We've called tonight London Hunger, and we want to know what is the anatomy of hunger.
There's the Australians Matt Ryan, James Marburg, Cameron McKenzie-McHarg and Francis Hegarty. Even start in the final of the men's four. Australia in lane two. Matt Ryan, James Marburg, Cameron McKenzie-McHarg, who was drafted by the Western Bulldogs, the AFL club, but chose to go with rowing, and he finds himself in an Olympic final. And
there's a bit more money in rowing, I think.
This Australian crew.
This is a perfect start for the Aussies. They're young guys. They've got a lot of composure. Matt Ryan and Francis Hegarty from Sydney Uni Boat Club, and James Marburg and Cameron McKenzie-McHarg from the Melbourne Uni Boat Club, driving this boat perfectly.
Our mentality was to get out of the blocks as quick as possible and try to lead the field.
So all the Aussie guys need to do is just move with the speed of the boat.
Coming down towards the 500, our first marking, and yet again the Australians leading. An excellent start from then. We'll check the time. Australia won.
Our coach always wanted us to at the 500 to be on sort of 36, which is what he wanted us to be on through the middle, which is pretty low. But so what we used to do to sort of compromise with him is we would rate pretty much try and be as high as we could right to 500 and then just drop it just before.
Well, all the members of the Awesome Foursome are here, and we've all sent a note out to the guys, and we've basically said to them, we'd be honoured for you guys to take over the mantle as the winners of the Coxless Four. We've had it many years ago. It's now time for a young bunch of Aussies to take it over and live it and absolutely go as fast as they can.
Beijing 2008, the Australians coming down at the halfway, and they will have the lead.
You feel like you know what a combination should be set up like, and then it doesn't quite work, and you can move a couple of people from one seat to another, and it just seems to find some easy speed.
Yes, Francis Hegarty stroking the boat superbly. The rating's not too high. They're okay at the moment. They've got another gear to go, and they probably start to engage that gear now, because they'll start to some cruise. And the Aussies still hold just over half a boat length lead. There is 500 metres of this race, about 1 minute, just over 1.5 minutes to go in this race.
So we had a plan here. I was actually making the calls, and it's funny, you know, you look back at it now and think, you know, with experience, you obviously wouldn't have done called sort of how we called. You know, you're sitting there a length ahead, you know, 1.5 seconds ahead, and thinking, you know, you're sort of picturing the gold medal already on.
1.5 seconds. The crew from Great Britain coming at them now. Slovenia between the Australians and Great Britain. So it's still Australia 1, Great Britain 2, Slovenia 3. The Aussies in the lead with 350 to row.
Yes, the boys are about to change to red. The British only got made up about 2 or 3 strokes. The Aussies have got half a boat length still. It's going to come down to a sprint. They'll have to hold their composure. The British are flying at them. They're absolutely flying. The Aussies need to just control themselves.
Physiologically, you race out for the first minute as hard as you possibly can, and the problem being at Olympic Games, you're so fit that you feel like you could go at this sort of intensity forever. And I don't want to spoil the ending, but you'll see later on what happens when you get too excited and too revved up, and you feel good, and then next minute you're not feeling so good.
The defending champions lifting. Might have a little bit too much for the Aussies. A gallant performance by Australia, but Great Britain make it consecutive gold medals. Silver for the Australians on their Olympic debut. The spirit of the Awesome Foursome lives on. They've done it again, the new generation. Another Olympic medal, silver in the final of the men's four at the Beijing Olympics for the new breed in the men's four from Australia.
Thanks very much everyone for coming. It truly is an inspiration, Matthew and Cameron. I think there's a huge amount of parallels. Everything that the guys have been experiencing, everything that they've been striving for and working towards, we can actually feel and actually relate to that in our own working and personal lives. So take those experiences and implement them into our everyday working careers. And we wish you both all the very best for London. You'll definitely, as Francis said, have our full support, and well done, boys.